is a pleasure to welcome Spencer James. He's been the lead vocalist of 60s legends, The Searchers, for over 40 years. And they're embarking on a farewell tour and are coming to the Derngate on Sunday. What a treat. Welcome, Spencer.
Oh, hello, Claire. How are you?
So good, thank you. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm very good. Looking forward to starting this weekend the tour.
Should be fantastic, shouldn't it? Now, before we talk about your Searchers days, can you just tell me about when you were in your band First Class?
Oh, God. Oh, dear. Well, yeah, I was only about 20 then when it all came out and we did Top of the Pops and everything. I was a little youngster. Yeah, it was good fun. It didn't last very long. I mean, it was a couple of years and I think it was all over. Then we got back together in the early 80s because Beach Baby and that was a hit over in Holland, so we had to go and do a little tour over there. But to be honest, it was a very flash in the pan. It's a shame really because the band was good, you know, and the success of Beach Baby was big.
Yeah, but, great song, yeah. Isn't it? So well known, you know, to this day, and it's such a sing-along one as well. Feel good one.
And the Top of the Pops, we did Top of the Pops, which was great, and it travelled up the charts, which is brilliant. But then the next week they had a union strike, so there was no TV for us at all. So it really was the kiss of death for the song. Really,
that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. I think it would have been one, but you need that. Top of the Pops at the time was the biggest show.
Yeah,
on Top of the Pops, and you know you do it a couple of times, and all the bands, you know, made a success of it. But we had a laugh. I mean, I was 20 then and had long blonde hair and I was half the man I am now, we say.
I watched a little video of you actually the other day.
But with hair.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very, very cool stuff. So if then we move forward then to, I think it was December, wasn't it, 1985, when Searchers lead singer at the time, Mike Pender, decided he was going to leave the group. But then John McNally, founder members, bassist, he remembered you, didn't he, from a gig that you'd done supporting them? Yeah,
that was right. We were on with them once at a place. It was a music pub. It was big. It had a big stage. I mean, lots of people played it and names and all that. And we did it every week. But we were asked to support the Searchers. And then we did it, and then we were talking to John afterwards, and he mentioned that you'd be really good support for this other show and all that. But then nothing came of it, and this was well before that. But what had happened is I'd just finished a sort of a super group type thing with Zach Starkey, Ringo's son, on drums, the guitarist from White Snake, the bass player, Boswell from Bad Company, myself, all original material. We did a 6 weeks tour. I think nothing really came of it. And
this was Nightfly.
Nightfly, yeah. God. And then I decided not to do it anymore. And that was it. The band fizzled out then. It was finished. And then it was only I happened to ring up my agent I was working with, was also the agent for the Searchers. And he rang me up. When I rang him up and said, look, I've finished this band and all that. I'm going to go and this and what I was going to do. And he rang me and said, can I give John and Ali your number? And I said, what for? And he said, don't say anything. He said, the lead singer's left and they need you and they know you and all that. So I got John McNally rang me up and said to me, are you interested? And I thought, I've not been in a 60s band before, really. You know, I was a rock sort of thing, rock guitarist. Yeah. Anyway, I agreed to do it and etc. But most of the bands that we were on, I knew them all. I knew all the Swing and Blue Jeans, the Mersey. I played with them all and all that.
Guess it's been on that circuit, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was good fun, and I said okay, and I thought I'll give it 3 months, see how it goes. And 40 years later, I'm still saying
who you are. I just love that.
Basically how it happened, really. And I just said to him, "Oh yeah, okay." I remember one thing I did say to him because he asked me about it. Well, I said one thing I don't do. I said I don't audition. And he went, oh, no, I'm okay. He said, can I get you back to you? I said, yeah. So he rang me 2 days later and he said to me, I remember this, he said, you're popular. And I said, why is that? And he said, everybody knows you. I spoke to all these different bands, even our old producer knew who you were, and all going, yeah, you should get him, he's all right. And that's how it started.
Well, that's
really
fantastic. Those kind of recommendations, really, and then you're in.
I think really in this business, you move on because everybody likes you and everybody knows what you can do, and you get a reputation. I mean, you can only go on that. There's no, as I say, certificate to say that you can do the job. You have to get people to go, yeah, and everything. It's all you know, who you know, isn't it? Really, so. That's how it started, and I've never looked back. Really, I've had great fun. We've had some great fun around the world. I mean, we've done everywhere from Las Vegas to you name it, all the biggest venues in the world, and etc. And it's been fun.
Have you got any sort of highlights? Is there any of your favourite places you can think of?
Well, I think we did Madison Square Gardens. I remember that. That was great. That was on a US tour with Jerry the Pacemakers and a few other bands. Freddie the Dreamers. That was in '86. I remember doing Wembley Stadium with Cliff Richard on the event. That was 2 days, and that was 80,000 people a day.
See, that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Cliff's great. He's a nice guy. We've done loads with Cliff over the years, from TV shows together to some shows with him. I think those, and obviously Las Vegas is fun. I mean, it's always, yeah, and, it was great. Of course, I remember we were doing Disney over in. I think it was where the Epcot Centre is and all that. Yeah, we did that, and that's a sort of 2-day event, and it's outside. But I always remember that they really do cater for you big time in America. And things like you would there'd be a massive, great fridge in your dressing room full of salad and food and all this. And as soon as you had something out of it, someone would come and fill it up again.
Also replenished. It's great, though. Keep your energy levels up. It's nice to be looked after, isn't it, like that?
Yeah, we were looked after like kings over there, or royalty. But yeah, we've had some great times. We've had ups and downs, and you all do. But it started off slogging on, having a truck taken over to Europe, and then we would fly out and meet up with it, and then etc. And things just got better as well, But yeah, we've had some good times.
Fantastic. Now, talk to me about the guitar synthesizer for people that don't know what this is.
Yeah, right. Well, when I started the band, this is a lot of years ago, I found that there's a thing called a guitar synthesizer, and it's basically a guitar, and it's just normal, plays normal, and you got obviously guitar sounds and everything, but you have an extra pickup built into it, and it runs a synthesizer, so you can bring in string sounds and all sorts of different sounds. Well, I brought that into the band. Before they're more convenient. In those days, it was a rack full of gear, and it was really awful trying to take it abroad. So you took a rack with all this equipment in, but it's all got smaller now. It's on a little pedal now. It's about sort of like 15 inches wide, and it's on the floor in a flight case. But we brought that in because it helps to fill out. You got 2 guitars, bass, and drums. And if you're doing a ballad, you want to bring some strings and make it interesting. So I bring all that in. It's a certain way you have to play it, so you have to think like a keyboard player. But yeah, it works really well, and we've had that for years now.
It sounds incredible. I mean, you play it so well. And I have to say, when I came to see your little spin-off, The Searchers Experience, last month in Western Supermare, as soon as I heard like the key sound, it was like, I was looking, I was thinking, what's that? Where's that coming from? It was really brilliant. And I was like, he's doing that. He's making that sound. And it sounds just like the original studio recordings.
Well, I would say that because the original studio recordings, in a sense, were very, very basic. They didn't have they had what they call 4 tracks and 2 tracks in those days. And so everything was just banged out. I mean, there's a thing about everyone trying to get the 60 sounds, but originally they didn't have, the guitar strings were so thick. They were like tree trunks on your guitar, and because there were jazz players and they used to use thicker strings. And that's all you could get. Now you can get strings you can bend, but in those days it was these clunky things which made that 60s sound. And people don't realise that. I mean, you get all these bands going, 60s this and but actually it is a step away, really. It's sound wise because everything's so modern. But you can get the vibe, etc. Yeah, but but yeah, I mean, when we do the Search experience, it's fun. We really enjoy it, and we just put in the legacy of the band forward because, as you know, there and your viewers will know that it's going to finish, and that will be the end of that, and I'll be the last man standing, carrying on. And I like doing it. That's why I'm not retiring. So there you go.
Definitely, and what a great thing to just keep that music alive and keep it going. So, talking about the Searchers then, you've done a few farewell tours now. Is this going to be, do you think this might be the final one?
Oh, it is. Yes, we've discussed
you
that.
really
It's the
do.
final. Yeah, it's going to be so much so that I'm going to put my suit and tie in the bin.
Oh, crikey. No, you mustn't ever do that. And what a brilliant way to end it then, because you're going to be playing at Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's just a little gig. It's a little, little pub gig, really, isn't it?
No.
People. Yeah, I know that.
Huge, yeah.
It's quite big, yeah. Yeah, it'll be the first time we've done that. And so to finish on that would be good. I mean, it'd be nice if they televised it. But we're the longest running band, apparently, in the Guinness Book Records, I think, or something like that. We're the longest running band.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's official. Longest running band.
Oh, I love that.
I'm 40 years of that long running band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of changes in the band over the years. We've had drummers, we've had, people have died, etc. And people have left. But but it's the nucleus of the band is there. But I think Glastonbury would be a good fun one to finish on and go out with a bang, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is such a brilliant final gig to be doing. So that's Friday the 27th of June. You're going to be on the acoustic stage in the evening from 8 till 9. That's going to be awesome. So when you're playing, you're playing here on Sunday at the Derngate. So what can we expect? All the favourites, I guess.
Yeah, all the hits, a few things in between, the favourite ballads we do, etc. And we do rare sort of album tracks that we seem to fit into the show, which are different. But yeah, that is basically what you're going to get, really, and a few funny little, jibes and.
I bet, the personality, the cheeky personalities come out.
To be honest, I mean, we leave Frank to do all the talking, which is the bass player. He stands in the middle. And we just go to sleep while he's talking, telling his little ditties and etc. But apart from that, I won't be speaking much because you can't all talk at the same time. So, yeah. It's good fun.
So let's go through the lineup then. So you just said about Frank, and then your good self, of course, and then you got Richie on drums.
Richie Burns on drums, yeah, our famous drummer.
Yeah, and John
McNally, it's on 16 and 12-string guitar as well.
Awesome stuff. Wow. So let's look at some of the tour dates then you've got. So it kicks off on Saturday then. You're doing Warner's, Bodle Widden.
Basically we said we'd do that, which we've done these ones before, Warner's, and it's just to ease the other two into it because they haven't played since last year, and they're getting on it. Frank's 83 this year, and John's.
Is he really? Wow.
John's 84.
Wow, so, 83 and 84.
So I've got to wheel them on.
Are you the baby in the band then?
No, actually, Richie's the baby in the band now. I etc. But they've got they've got to sort of remember what they've got to do. I mean, Richie and I know it all anyway because we've been on the road all the time.
Yeah, and you're ever so busy. I looked at your tour dates, and you do lots of solo stuff, and then of course the Searchers experience, and of course then this month with the Searchers. You never stop, really, do you?
No, the phone keeps ringing.
Great.
Yeah, but actually, I enjoy doing it, and that's what it is. It's a way of life. You've always done it, and you enjoy doing it. I've been doing this since I was young, and if there's a demand for what you do, I love it. It's great.
I think it keeps you young. It's obviously keeping you young. You're very sprightly on stage, aren't you?
Well, 72 and I can still walk and talk and chew gum at the same time, yeah.
It's a miracle.
I know, terribly. Yeah, so I'm just hoping to get rid of this zombie look.
You haven't got a zombie look.
I tell you what, it's got that way now. I don't have any mirrors in my house because it's just scary looking into them going, I don't look like that really, do I?
You look so much younger than you are, Spencer. It's incredible, really. And I do think, like, when I speak to these musicians, I do think playing music and going on the road has got this certain magic, and I think it does keep you youthful. And I don't know if it's the rock and roll lifestyle or whether it's just, the pure joy of doing what you love, because you see so many people these days who are just quite stressed in jobs that they don't like, and then they look really aged as a result of it.
The amount of people I've spoke to 10 years, 15 years younger than me, and they look older than me. And they're people. Trouble is, everybody, like all these people that they moan at what they're doing, but they won't change it.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm lucky. I could stop tomorrow; it doesn't really matter. But I haven't got any stress from that, and I enjoy what I'm doing. The only thing stresses me out sitting in traffic.
Oh yeah, well, there is a lot of travelling involved with that job, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, honestly, you're doing like a 4-hour drive to somewhere, then you hang about, do a sound check, hang about a bit more, go and get something to eat, do a show, and then you just got to basically get into your car and drive another 4 or so hours home. So really, you've done like 8 or 9 hours driving, and to do a show,
your couple of hours on the stage, and that's what people don't realise, do they? As well, in the audience, they don't realise all of that.
No, they just think, oh, you're only on the stage for an hour or two. Yeah, it's easy. You do my lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's an awful lot involved to it. But how brilliant that you're doing it and still doing it. So there are still some tickets left to see the Searchers, to see you guys this Sunday the 15th. It's also Father's Day as well. So I think what a great gift that would be, a brilliant present. So go to the Delegates website to book or ring the box office 01604 624811. Spencer, I can't wait for Sunday.
Oh, well, there you see, you can't wait to see someone go up and buy me a drink.
Exactly. And you're going to have, there'll be 3 drinks, won't there, in that sense? There'll be 3 lined up for you. What is your drink of choice, sir?
Oh, I basically drink American lager, really, and things like that, Corona and that, because I know people won't realise this, but if you look at what's in a pint of lager, certain ones are only like 240 calories, or for a pint of lager. Some are more than that, but some of the ones that I drink are much lower in calorie, which is all right, because I don't want to blow up like a balloon. I look like Buddha as it is, I think.
No, you don't. Oh, it's been so good talking to you. Haven't talked about those guitars behind you, actually. How many guitars do you own?
About 28. There's a mixture.
Just a modest amount then.
Yeah, I mean, I've got so many which I use on the road. I take usually 2 out on the road. They're Gretches. But I've got a lot of Gibsons, and I'm doing the Sensational 60s tour as well this year, which I've been doing, and I'm doing later on, starts in end of September, and that's about 40 shows. And there's different bands on that one, etc. But I take different guitars. I just take them out and give them a little airing, really. But there's a lot of Gibsons and Fenders and Gretches, and I mean, it's a lot of money's worth. But then on the other hand, on PRSs. But I just enjoy going out and buying guitars when I feel like it.
Oh, why not? So you should, sir. And you play it so well. You have to have those little toys. If we want to find out and keep up to date then with your antics, where can we go?
Oh, spencerjames.biz is the website. You can go there, or the searchersexperience.co.uk, I think it is the other one, and that goes to the website.
Fantastic.
There's a list on there, and some photographs of us with other famous reprobates and things like that.
Brilliant stuff. Oh, thank you so much for joining me today, Spencer.
Thank you, it's been absolutely lovely.
How lovely. And I'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye.